Hi, past, present, and future. We all know them. We've learned about them at school. We've learned about them in our private lives. And we have even been encouraged, directly or indirectly, to wanting to stay in the past or wanting to go back to the past. That change is bad, except for certain cases where we're suddenly being encouraged and told that change is actually very good. That's how society has been engineered. That's how our lives have been formed, have been shaped. I would like to give you a perspective on this and share my insights, the insights I got these days, on how to deal with this. Like, subscribe, and share. How often did you look back at a time and wished things had never changed? How often would you have looked back at a situation and wished things would have gone differently? How often have you looked at decisions you made and wished you would have made a different choice? During a meditation this week, I remembered how they let me go in a temporary job, which I really liked. And the situation was actually that I was a temp and I got sick in the late afternoon, and I would have to. My shift was starting at 3 o'clock in the morning, and so I called in to say, "Hey, I'm really sick. I don't believe I will be there." And later in the evening, I started to feel. Actually, I started to recover, feel much better. I was like, "Oh, okay, I can do it. I need the money. I want to go, and so I can do it." So I called and said, "Hey, don't worry. I will make it." And then around midnight, sick again, like really bad. So I had to call again and say, "I'm really sorry, I will not make it." And so they were upset because they didn't have a chance anymore to find a replacement. And so they were like, "Okay, no need to come anymore." And I was upset, disappointed. But today, looking back at my life, looking back at where I would be or how things have gone because of what I did, if I would simply have called in sick and stayed sick, I would probably have stayed there, and there was a chance of really staying there long term. Some of my colleagues did. Some of my colleagues are still working there, and I'm talking early 90s, early mid 90s, 94, 95, something like that. And just the thought, because it was nice there, but just the thought that if I would not have let go there, I would have not met some fantastic people that I met, because I left that environment, I went into another environment, and then another one, and another one. And the people that came to my mind are people I met because I was working in these environments. The chance that I would have met them staying in that old job would have been like this. And there's no way I would have wanted to miss out on meeting these people. Friends, girlfriends, life experiences, all the things I learned, no way. I'm happy things went the way they went. And of course there are decisions I'm looking at like, if I would have made certain financial choices, I may have saved a lot of money there. But would I have that money today? If I would not have spent it on this, then there would have been another moment where I would have spent that money on whatever thing. So looking back and say, yeah, but if then I would, yeah, but you don't know what would have happened in between. Maybe you would have been robbed. Maybe you would have had other things happening and that money would have gone to that. Because often about money, generally it's about money. It's rarely about people. And when it's about a job, it's about money. Because most of us, we are in a job because of the money. Or we wish we stayed in that job because it was so fun, it was so easy. Or it was maybe not so easy, but it was fun. So maybe that's teaching you something. Maybe that means that you should not stay in the job where you are now if you're not happy. But do remember why you left that other job. Were you fired? Or did you leave because you thought the grass on the other side was greener? And maybe that was the case. It was your choice to leave because there was more money over there, or it seemed to be better. But honestly, if you would have stayed in that old job and nothing would have changed, you would not have had all the wisdom you have today. You would not have met all the people you have met now. And so on, and so on, and so on. Living in the past is putting up bandage in front of your eyes, earplugs in your ears, and sit down and lock yourself up in the box. You may as well kill yourself. And no, I'm not telling you to go and kill yourself. Just telling you it's the same. There is a reason why the earth keeps turning around this axis, around the sun, why the solar system is moving as well, why the galaxy is moving, because life is about change, is about transformation, is about evolution, is about learning, experiencing. Regrets are useless. Life lessons are useful. And it doesn't mean that everything you did and that resulted in something you disliked is something you should do the opposite way this time. If you really look back well in a good way at your life and look at all the different things that happened, all the different decisions you took, all the different lessons you learned, you know that There is not one way of doing things. There is just the best way for you in this moment. You choosing to take a right turn now doesn't mean that tomorrow you have to take a right turn too at that same intersection. Because tomorrow there may be other things at stake. There may be other things that are better for you. Like when you took that decision yesterday. Yesterday was different from today. And if you want to really enjoy your life, to want to be happy, to be alive, not just to survive, it's time to start acting from here. And to be here, to be in the moment, to be in the present, to be where you are, not wishing that you were in another country or with other people. No, you are here now. So what is there to learn? Why are you here? What's on your path, and what does it want to teach you? I've had a few horrible bosses. I've had a few horrible teachers. But I'm grateful today because I learned a lot. Also from some dreadful people who did dreadful things, some fucking assholes, criminals, manipulative people, cheaters. I learned as much from them as I learned from the good ones, the kind ones, the nice ones. Sometimes I learned even more from the bad ones than from the good ones. I'm not telling you go and look for the worst, the most horrible boss you can find and go work for him or her. So what I'm telling you, just telling you that even when we got bullied at school, looking back today, there are lessons we can learn from those experiences. So living is being in the moment. It's learning from the past and being in the moment and not worrying about the future. Because the future can go any direction we want. And what helps is to be grounded. What helps is to meditate. What helps is mindfulness. Mindfulness. Yeah, see? The way you pronounce it, it has a completely different meaning. So, I mean, you could even see it as fooling the mind. Yeah, that was the first way I understood it when I first heard it, and I was like, that sounds like NLP, which is like manipulating the mind. It's like programming, like you are a computer that you can program, or your mind is. And I was like, no. So I never liked NLP, and even some of the people who jumped into it came back later and were like, it's no, what these people are doing, no. I'm not saying NLP is bad 100%. I'm just saying most people don't understand it. It's like what people do with belief, with faith, with religion. It's not about what a God, a prophet has said. It's about what we, the people, do with what we hear and what we see, how we react on it, the decisions we make. At the core, most religions are good. But look how many wars there have been, how many prosecutions, how many people put on piles of wood and in the middle of the town square and then burned to death in the name of God. So what we really want to do is to act from here, to live from here, and in the moment, in the present. And I'll add the link to a grounding page, my website, where you have different tools that can help you to be in the here and now. And there is not only the sitting in a difficult position and like, there are many ways of meditating, there are many ways of grounding, and they even made a whole course about it. And in the course, I didn't tell the people what to do. I helped those people finding the best way for them to ground. And the results were phenomenal. Yes, I did show them examples. I did tell them what I have done, what I have learned, what I liked, what I disliked, and encourage them to try out a few of these things, start combining, and start finding out what works for them. And so they did. And within weeks, their lives started to transform drastically. And this helped them to be in the moment and to see life from a different perspective. And the quality of their lives went up. I'm not saying that all of them are super happy now, because there is more than just that, and there's also how much do you do this? How far do you take it? How disciplined are you in the listening to this and not acting from here, from the fear-based mind? So if this contemplation inspired you and you feel like, okay, I know that I have to change a few things, but I still don't know how to do this, or I'm stuck, or you start trying and you start doing it and then you get stuck and you cannot find how to overcome that stuckness or that blockage, or what is that first step you need to take to start moving, because somehow you cannot move forward. You're like stuck in the mud and there's no motion. Then contact me. On my homepage you'll see Soul Answers. Those are short sessions where I guide people, where I help them to get that first answer you need to get in motion, to take that first step, to come out of the mud, to start moving again. And of course, some of you may say, okay, that's nice, but I would like some guidance, some more long-term guidance. Fine, we can work together. Contact me. And there is no shame in asking for help. It's actually the smartest thing you can do if you're stuck. And it's a sign of strength. Because many people don't ask for help, and then years later they're still sitting in the mud. And then yeah, I know, but I don't ask for help. I'll manage it myself. Okay, you're stuck already for 5 years or even longer. Yeah. Good job. Your ego is happy. You're superior to the rest, but you're still stuck. Now, congratulations on superiority stuckness. Yes, I'm serious. There are a lot of people who are doing this. They want to feel superior, and so they stay stuck. It's like dumb stubbornness. There's a difference between having a strong opinion and being stubborn. And when I say we can work together and I can help you, I'm not saying that I will tell you for every step how to take it. I will teach you how you become self-sufficient in taking those steps yourself, in finding the answers. In the soul answer session, yes, I will most probably give you an answer that you need now to start taking that first step. But if you want to be independent, I can also teach you how you can get to that point that you can find the answers yourself. Because I will not be always around, even assuming that you have plenty of money and you can pay me every time you have a question. But I will not always be around. And I'm not in the mood to be always around to always keep answering all the questions of all the people. It's much more fun if everyone learns how to do this by him or herself. So that is what I'm offering. I can help you with that first step. But after that, you need to learn to walk yourself. And if you need help with that, I can help you too.